If we don't address today the looming skills shortage that we have in our sector, we're going to miss a golden opportunity to really drive the circular economy and underpin the UK's net zero goals. If you look at our sector, about 12% of our employees are over 60, where only 5% are under 24. So you can see there's a huge amount of experience that we're going to lose out of the sector anyway. I think on top of that, look at all the new legislation that's going to come down the line. We know about the increased recycling, we know about the focus on carbon, and we know about the goals to reduce the amount of waste that's produced. We see the government's target of 50% reduction by 2042. So when we look at that, we think that means that we need an extra 230,000 people in our sector by 2040. So if you look at the changes that are coming down the line from legislation, that's going to really change the skills that we need. So I can think of material scientists, chemical recycling experts, chemical engineers, behavioural engineers, and a real focus, I think, in terms of reuse, recycling, repair and refurbishment. We already have a programme that we've launched for every school in the UK in terms of how we have to have a greater focus on the environmental sector. We've also worked with some of our partners, I would say. We've done a really interesting project with Unilever, where we had a secondment process between our apprentices. So it's really good to see the kind of end-to-end solution from materials going onto a market to how they could be recycled to how we get better products in the future. So really looking at how we can kind of work together to make that change. For SUEZ, we're part of the Sector Skills Working Group for the CIWM, where we work with government departments looking at all the changes that are needed in the future and all the new green jobs that we're going to have to support. And I think that's essential because whilst we look at our sector, we can see other sectors going through the same transitions. If you look at the energy sector, they also need a big number of people. They talk about 200,000 people, and that's before you look at all the other sectors that you can imagine. So we really have to collaborate to make sure that we're working together and not competing. I think if you look at what we're doing now, you look at the real focus on decarbonisation, moving towards net zero. Every other sector needs our sector to achieve their goals. They have their scope 1, 2 emissions, but they need us to deal with all of their scope 3 emissions. So really, we have a fundamental part to play in the UK getting to its net zero targets. You know, we're at the centre of climate change abatement and really driving a circular economy. And I think that really should be the narrative that we talk about now, rather than the old narrative of dealing with waste. And I think if we do that, and we do it convincingly, which we should be able to, I think it becomes a much more exciting sector for many people.